Good morning, guys. Random conversations. I'm just sitting here with myself, bright and early this morning. Yes, I have the day off from work, but I still typically get up about the same time. I'm just super productive in the mornings, and I know that's when I need to get up and get the chunk of the things that I have to do during the day done. So a little success tip. Of course, I'm enjoying my coffee. I just wanted to share a quick journal exercise that I felt compelled to do this morning. I know there's been a lot of people reach out just saying I don't know what my purpose is. I don't know how to find it. I don't really know what makes me happy, yada, yada, yada. So here are a few things that I wrote down for myself. I'm going to flip this around and it may help you guys. Okay, so I'm back. So I had a little bit of time to think about these. So I'm just going to share my answers so that you guys kind of get an idea of how to answer your own. Try to go through these really quickly. Guys, I don't make my videos super fancy. When thing pops into my mind, I just fucking roll with it. Okay, so you don't have to get fancy with your social media. If you feel like you're going to help people with your message, your story, whatever you need to get out there, dude, just turn your phone on and video. Trust me, you'll get more comfortable with video and seeing yourself the more you do it. All right, so first one, how can I get in the right rooms for me to receive the aligned people, places, money, love, opportunities? All right, so I'm going to look for areas and rooms that are full of people that are more successful than me, smarter than me, doing things that I want to do, seeking mentors. You don't want to be the smartest person in the room. So rooms where people doing things that I'm interested in naturally. For me, I don't want to do anything that is I feel resistance, I don't want to do. I simply have to go where I'm drawn to. And I've learned not to answer that, just to do it. So for me, my cattle people, stock show life, things like that. Those are things that I love that are near and dear to me. People into health and fitness, people into healthcare, giving back to my veterans, military, things like that I'm passionate about. So I'm going to seek out areas where I can help and give back where I can with things where I'm gifted and interested. And that kind of answers my last one. How can I give back with my unique gifts? So where am I naturally gifted? Where am I naturally drawn to? And where can I place myself to help in any way possible? So a couple other ones here. What did I love as a child? What gave me purpose, joy, happiness, fulfillment when I was younger? Okay, so oftentimes we forget that. In this adult world, we get so influenced by society, what other people are doing, thinking we have to live like other people, when we really don't. It could be the simplest things that make us happy. Like me, I love to color. Okay, so I've always been creative. I've always loved to write. I used to dream that I was a writer. I would use an old typewriter of my grandfather's growing up. So what do I like to do now? I love to design things on Canva, design posts for you guys, write blogs. It's great therapy for me. I hope that it helps you guys in any way possible, just writing stories about my life. So that's something that I kind of lost as I was getting older, and then I've just now recently found it in the past few years. Working cattle. I've always had, being a hard worker, being raised on a farm, and I am so grateful that I was raised this way by wonderful parents. It's not an easy life. You have a lot of responsibility, especially as a child growing up on a family farm. I grew up in a family of 5. I had 2 younger brothers. Both of my parents are super hard workers. They both had full-time jobs, on top of the farm. So I was used to cooking, cleaning, doing laundry, taking care of a family, driving, really probably before the age of 10. All right, so taking care of a family and being a caretaker is very easy for me, but it's just what I'm conditioned to. I've always been good working with animals, cattle, loved 4-H and FFA. It gave me so much fulfillment and purpose. And growing up, it's easy to be pulled away from that, just life, different stuff. So now, and the more I reflected on this, I was always very good at feeding cattle, taking care of cattle. It's just like people. Okay, so we would tweak their diets, do different things. With show cattle, they're kind of like athletes. So I will relate that to, health and fitness people. It's exactly the same concept. however you want them to look, you have to feed them appropriately. You have to take care of them appropriately. You have to work cattle appropriately. It's the same thing that I'm good at now with people. I was very, very good at as a child. My dad, same thing. Fucking amazing, super talented at feeding cattle to get them to look and perform a certain way. He's super humble, but he's really, really good at it. I learned a lot from him. So kind of getting back to doing things that made me super happy and fulfilled, like as a child. And I'm really excited about that right now. Let's see. Last question. And this question is a really important one. So why do I numb with overworking, caffeine, and spending when I don't need to? I've worked really hard on these, especially the last year or two. And a lot of us do these. So overworking, like I'm a busybody. I have to have purpose at all times. Just, it makes me happy. So I don't question it. So that's why I work a lot, because it gives me purpose. It makes me happy and it gives me money for more ways to invest and it gives me freedom. Okay, but I don't want to do that for a negative reason. I don't want to do it because I'm uncomfortable with being by myself, which I'm not. I love being by myself. So it's just noticing that contrast. Caffeine, obviously, like I don't want to work myself to death and I want to make sure that I'm healthy. So I've really worked on cutting that down and noticing when it's an addiction versus something that I enjoy. Spending when I don't need to. Duh, we get bored and we spend, or we feel less than in an area and we'll numb with food, caffeine, alcohol, overworking, all these things, spending when we don't need to. So especially the last 6 months, I've really worked on living below my means, like investing in things that I love, like whatever, my hair extensions, they're expensive, but I love them. They make me feel wonderful. Lash extensions, I've cut back on that because, I can do a lot of that stuff by myself. So I'm just noticing areas where I would spend, like going to Starbucks when, I can fix coffee here, just little things like that. Not going out as much, because frankly, I was going out a lot when I didn't fucking want to be out. Like, I'm more of an introvert and I need to place myself in the rooms and go out when my energy is highest, because I'm not serving anyone else if I really don't want to be there. So you guys need to think about things like that. So I hope my ramblings helped you guys. Anyways, hope these questions that I answered gave you guys some direction. I know they're hard questions to ask yourself and answer, especially when you're, maybe feeling low vibe and you're just trying to fucking figure out life, because life is confusing. All right. And it's okay to be confused. So with that, cheers. Let's have an awesome day. Ask yourself these questions, even if you feel like you don't need to. It'll just really give you clarity. So here's to an awesome end to 2022. I can't believe it's almost 2023. And yeah. What is it? Random ramblings and coffee with Coach K. I love you guys.